It's a new year. We are back at Durhamtown. Durhamtown Offroad Adventures. Here to check it out. You might have seen my previous video where I put together a what to expect of the whole facility, talking about the rentals, the pro shop, the cabins, everything. I'll link that above. But today I'll be talking about the motocross tracks. So we're on the KX250 with the new WeRideTwo graphics. Let's go check out some of the tracks. Yeah, that's the sand track. This is the clay track. Yeah, that's art. They cut this track in half since the last time we were here. Yeah. They took the whole back section out of it, so we'll see what it looks like.
So when you do your tracks, you just film like a couple laps and then you'll cut it all together in the video?
Yeah, but that's what I had been doing. What I'm going to do now is just film a whole lap and talk about the lap as I'm doing it. Okay. People want the full detail. They've asked me for it. They're like, hey, go back and do a full lap. We want to see what the whole track looks like.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. So I'm mic'd up right now, actually.
Yeah. Sweet.
You want to go first or you want to follow me?
Oh, hell no, I ain't riding it.
Why not?
Fuck no.
Okay.
Not those. Maybe I'll roll that one.
This is just as easy to roll as that one.
Oh, no. I don't know. Maybe I'll roll it.
Watch me go slow, then you'll be more comfortable.
Yeah, I'll roll it.
Okay. So MX2 is a very clay track. These are doubles that you can roll slowly or you clear. This track used to go straight forward but has since cut. I believe they're rebuilding the back section, so they've cut out half the track. Big tabletop. Big step up. Couple smaller tables. Told this next jump is now super peaky. This used to be one of my favorite tracks. I think by cutting it in half, it changed a lot of how the track feels. I'm not sure that I really love it anymore. It's also not in the best condition right now. Very choppy.
There you go. Be cranking any testicles this weekend, boys.
As I said in the riding footage, MX2 used to be one of my favorite tracks, not just at Durhamtown, but in general. I thought it had a really good flow to it through the trees, through the woods, and the jumps were always consistent. Something that I've noticed right now is that the jump faces have a lot of water washout. It's very compacted, very hard. It's still a fun track, don't get me wrong. I like MX2, but when they cut the back half of the track out, that changes how the whole track feels. So I wish they hadn't done that. I'm curious to see what they do with it. They've been redoing a lot of the tracks on the property, so there's a very good chance they cut that off so they could rebuild it. If that's the case, that'll be awesome. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I hope they do that, and if they see this, please do that. That'd be cool. Bring that part of the track back. It's a very short track now, still a cool track, still fun and worth checking out if you're in the area. Let's go check out MX1 and see what that one looks like right now. Here we have MX1. MX1 is the sandiest of all the tracks that they have here. It's a cool track. I like it a lot. I wish I were faster on it. I think I just need more practice. You guys know I love my sand tracks, but this is still clay sand mix. It's also heavily one line, so it makes it hard to do any passing. So if I've got people behind me, I feel bad. I love this big bowl turn though, this is cool. Such a narrow takeoff and landing. Art's gonna send it this lap. Oh, no. What do you think?
That one's really bad.
It's super sketchy. It's very narrow, very slippery.
Oh, so rough.
Yeah.
Shit.
Where the hell's the entrance?
Right there. It says enter.
The faces are so ruddy.
Yeah, and they're like this too.
Yeah.
Like they're 20 feet wide at the base, but at the top of the jump, it's only 10 feet wide.
That is in, after riding this, that's in excellent condition.
You want to go check out the bomber?
I don't know if I'm ready for any bomb.
I don't know if you could hear Art. He was saying that this is very rough condition. He doesn't like how choppy it is and how narrow it is and how slippery it is. I'm inclined to agree. That was sketchy. Some of these takeoffs are just not in good shape. They're not in predictable shape, I should say. That was something I used to love about Durhamtown, is that all of the jumps were consistent across basically all the tracks. So you could be confident going up to a double, knowing what's going to happen and what it looks like. With the exception of the bomber track, the pro track. Like this jump base is just chewed up. This one's super narrow. Woohoo! Rick getting a little squirrely on that turn. This is Rick from Dirt Gear TV. He is not usually on two wheels. And we have Rather Be Welding. Not gonna try this one? This one's in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, he, what's his name, told me, like, you know, yeah, it's way soft.
It's slippery.
Yeah,
Slippery.
it is. And those middle sections, those are booters.
Yeah.
I came off one because I was figuring it was just like these and nosedive.
That was actually something I just said well in that lap. I said, you know, I used to love Durhamtown's doubles because they were all consistent across multiple tracks.
Yeah.
If you were confident on MX2, you could go ride MX1. It was the same basic setup. It's not the case anymore.
So they're changing these then.
Yeah, I mean, there used to be a whoop section. Were you talking about those little tiny tabletops that shot you up?
Yeah.
That used to be whoops.
Oh. I should be hitting these. Why am I not? Just sack up and do it.
So something I said in my original video of this track is that although this is considered a pro level track, you can come out here and you can roll anything. It's not too terrifying. I think Chris is a great example of that. Rather be welding. He's out here. He is not a dirt bike rider, and he is trying again. You gotta give him props for trying. A lot of people would just look at it and say, no, I don't want to do it. But he's trying. Let's talk about the bomber track for a second, because it's such a big track and massive reason why people come to this facility. I really like the bomber track. I wish that I had more like that around me. I wish I rode it more too while I'm here, but it does scare me a bit. I think it's just one of those things I need to ride it more to be more confident on something of that scale. So between MX1, MX2, and the bomber track, those are all on the south side of the road. I think my favorite's probably the bomber. That's where I would spend most of my time. There's also day parking over there. If you're coming here just to ride motocross and you're not camping, there's two different day parking spots. There's the lot right here in front of us by MX1 and MX2, and then there's the lot over by the Pro Track. I would much prefer to park by the Pro Track and spend my day there and then come cruise around here occasionally. This is a section where I would park by the Pro Track, just up against the fence so you can watch, you can hang out. Definitely a good option. This is the main day parking for MX1, MX2, and the kids track. There is lots of trees and shade, which is cool, but you still want to bring a pop-up tent if you come out here. In the main day parking area, there are porta potties, or you could go up towards the clubhouse where they have bathrooms in the clubhouse. There's also a bathhouse back behind all the camping areas. So this is MX4. This is one of the MX tracks here. It is a bit more like supercross style, kind of tight, but the jumps themselves are fairly consistent and smooth. You can roll this. This is okay for beginners. It's not necessarily a racetrack. It's very narrow. So let's go take a look. So MX4 can get a bit dusty and slippery, so if you're out here, make sure you're keeping traction on that front wheel. Like you saw, I'm not going super fast. You can still roll the jump safely. It's not a problem at all. When you get a bunch of guys out there, it gets pretty dusty, so hopefully it's raining or settles it down a little bit. You can have a good time. Let's go check out another track. Something I'd like to add about Durhamtown in general is that they have these call boxes all over the property. In the event that you run out of gas or if you crash and you need somebody to come rescue you, you can call the main office from that phone and they can send somebody out to help you. They'll say, I'm at call box 5, I need to tow back, I'm out of gas. They'll come out here with the side-by-side in the trailer, pick you up and bring you back. There are costs for that, so try your best not to run out of fuel, try your best not to crash. Be safe, but in case you need it, these call boxes are an awesome resource. cool. To say, I think MX5 has been my favorite so far this weekend. It's pretty smooth, it's well maintained. I like the changes that they've made over the last year for it. The back section used to be a bunch of whoops. Now it's a set of tabletops and doubles. Awesome. And I have to say, it's also very confidence inspiring. The jumps are consistent, they're easy. You can come out here as a beginner and roll it, or you can come out here as an advanced rider and just bomb it. It's awesome. Highly recommend checking this track out. So on MX6, this used to be closed down almost every time we came. We were here in October and they had just opened it and put in this big tabletop here. Let's go do a couple laps. Jumps before you try them. You never know what's on the other side. So MX6 has a series of large doubles, some of which are very blind. So when you're coming up to them, if it's your first time out there, please roll them, be safe. Don't try to jump anything that you don't know what is. It's a cool track, it's a fun track. It's something that I can roll safely. Some people can roll it. It's a bit peaky. Some of the doubles are 60 feet, some of the doubles are 90 feet. It's a big difference. I'm sure he's fine out there. I like this track, but MX5 is still my favorite so far, so keep that in mind if you come out to ride here. So when I talk about value of a facility, one of the things that I like to mention is the variability and the options at the facility. There are 6 true motocross tracks here at Durhamtown. There's MX1, MX2, MX4, 5, 6, and the bomber track or the pro track. So that's a lot of riding for the value. It's $40 the first day that you're here to ride, but each successive day, it's $35. So they take $5 off if you ride more than one day, which I highly recommend you do because of how much there is to do here. So keep that in mind. If you're close, awesome. I'm jealous and I'm envious the fact that you could ride here often, but when I make the trip, I try to ride everywhere I can so that I can take it all in and make the most out of the dollars I'm spending.